What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony here at the Breakout Daily. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today, we have 18 books fresh back from CGC. We submitted these guys at San Diego Comic-Con. 18 autographs. Let's dive into the video. Thank you for tuning in. We've got 18 books back from CGC. We did this submission at San Diego Comic-Con this year. San Diego Comic-Con's for a different video, but what an incredible time. This is only one of many parts of our CGC submissions at San Diego. We probably won't catch the rest of them because they're smaller orders and they're going to show up at sporadic times. In fact, I've got 3 books, a 3-book lot, a 2-book lot, and others that are just sitting there waiting to be shipped back. So today we're going to focus on these 18 cool books. One thing I will say, the grades are not all 9/8. Okay, let me be clear on that. I wasn't expecting all 9/8. Some are surprises in a bad sense, some are in a good sense. Let's dive into some books though and take a look. Now, a couple of things to note. If you are submitting books on site at a large show or event like San Diego Comic-Con, you need to make sure and take care of your books. That was one of the things that was concerning to me as I got these books signed. There were several of these I was going to get double signed. The other artists didn't show up, so I was carrying these around in the CGC evidence bags. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, when you're at an event like this, if you get one signature or you want to do a large submission, they will put your comic book sealed right after it's signed, so they witness it into what looks like a oversized evidence bag. You take the evidence bag with you, keep it sealed, don't open it. You have to have CGC open it. So if you get a second signature, they cut the bag, hand you the books, you get it signed, goes in a new bag. Long story short, they don't fit into oversized Geminis. That's what I was packing around in the BCW hard cases. So I feel like it was prone to some damage and maybe not the best way to carry it. Lesson learned. So the next time I go about doing this, I'm going to change it up a little bit. But let's dive into some books here. A lot of really cool books. Some of these books are going into my PC. Let's start it off with this guy. This is, what is this? This is Amazing Fantasy #1. First appearance of Anya Corazon. Right here. Beautiful book, cover done by Mark Brooks. So I spent some time with Mark Brooks. Brought some really cool comics that he did the covers of, this being one of them. Fortunately on this guy, we got a 9/2. Now, overall, this book presents very, very well. And I will have to read the grader's notes on why it got a 9/2. Very cool key, especially for the modern Spider verse and everything else. Is there a chance of seeing Anya? I think so. And actually, I'm going to put these in a CGC box I got located right here. Next up is this guy right here. Another one where I don't know. Amazing Spider-Man 602, first appearance of the new slide, chameleon appearance. Adi Granoff, another incredibly talented artist. He's been with Marvel for over 30 years. He's done a lot of iconic covers. This is no exception. Super cool book. This was out of Adi Granoff's personal comps. This is the worst grade in the lot. We walked away with an 8.5. This will probably end up being our 10K giveaway over on one of the books we'll give away during our 10K giveaway over on the Whatnot app. Guys, if you're not following us over on the Whatnot app, please take a moment and do so. There is a referral code down below. You can, if you're new to the app, you can save $15 or get 15 free bucks. That is the Adi Granoff 602. I think we're going to end up giving that. We may add that to the lineup of books we're going to give away when we hit 10K, which is right around the corner for us. We do live shows every Friday, so make sure and check us out. All right, another book. So I did get to spend some time with some of these artists. Eddie Granoff being one of them I spent probably the most time with because I had him sign on several days. I was trying to get some double signatures. We did end up getting one set of double signatures, well below what the plan was, but some of the artists did not show up. So this is a super cool cover. Silver Surfer Black from 2019, another Eddie Granoff cover. This has got a Noel cameo on the last page. Classic Silver Surfer. Eddie Granoff signed it right there in silver. Beautiful book. And we got a 9.6 on this guy as well. Super cool book, though. I don't know. I like it. I dig it. This was also one of the comps from Eddie Granoff's comp box. I was fortunate enough to be able to work with Trinity Comics, who was representing Eddie Granoff, Peach Momoko at the con. Bought a ton of books from him, and then ended up working a deal where the handler, Trinity Comics, said, hey, do you want to look through some of his comps? We'll give you kind of first dive. And I said, yes, please. And that was one, just like the 602 was another. And yeah, we've got a couple more in here, I believe. This is super cool. So this is, let's see, The Rise of Kylo Ren, issue number 3, the first appearance of Avar Kriss in cameo, Star Wars Rise of Kylo Ren. This is a Clayton Crane cover, and I was going to get Charles Soule to sign it, but I didn't make it to him. On this guy, we got a 9.8. Spent a little bit of time with Clayton Crane as well, getting some books signed, and then some of the guys I was with also got some cool stuff done as well. Super nice guy. Incredibly talented, as we all know. Pulled a 9.8 on this guy. Super happy with that. Beautiful cover and a really cool modern Star Wars key. That guy's going in the box. Let's keep going. This is a super cool book. I have several copies of this. In fact, I've got a copy of it somewhere behind me. This is Daredevil number 9. From the the Joe Quesada and Paul Amati run of The Man Without Fear. David Mack cover. Of course, you guys know this as it is the first appearance of Echo Maya Lopez. This guy signed by David Mack. I've met David Mack a couple of times at this point. Super nice guy. 9.6. I had other books to bring to David Mack, and unfortunately, I left them at home. This is super cool. This is going into the PC. All right, let's keep it going. Here's another Mark Brooks book. This is Aranya, the Heart of Spider, number 1 for solo series of Aranya, covered on by Mark Brooks, another book I had Mark sign. And again, this is a gorgeous book. We only got a 9.2 on it. And like, you look at this book and you're like, where is the 9.2 coming from? The only thing I can think of without looking at the grader's notes, actually, excuse me, there is no grader's notes. There's only grader's notes on the 8.5, would be that he left some impression when he signed these. He was standing next to Ryan Otley. It was kind of a funny, I don't know, 20 minutes while he signed, messing around with Otley and all this stuff. So, fortunately, a 9.2. That's the other thing that you got to take into regards when you're getting books signed at an event like this is Mark Brooks was heckling Otley. Otley was heckling him, had my books in hand. For the most part, I was fine with it because the experience was worth the weight in gold. However, was that what kind of dinged the book? Was it the signature? I'm not sure. But unfortunately, it's a 9.2 on that guy. All right, here is another Mark Brooks book. This is Berserker number 1, the Brooks Virgin. Beautiful cover done by Mark. Berserker number 1, a ton of Berserker books I have in stock. I love the concept, love the story, love everything about it. This is the Mark Brooks Virgin, signed by him. And yes, we finally got a 9.8 on a Mark Brooks signature. Signed it down on the bottom, which was great. Another thing to consider, and I did this with some of the artists, and for some reason I didn't think about it with others. I think mostly because I got caught up with talking with them and doing stuff. Make sure and check the artist's pen color. So Let's do another one. This is by Raphael Grandpa, another incredibly talented artist. That was super cool to talk with. Berserker number 1. This is the con exclusive limited 200 copies. Unfortunately, this came back a 9.2. The other copy I had of this I recently sold. It was a 9.4. But yeah, unfortunately, it's a 9.2. It's a gorgeous book. There is very, 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 very light wear on the edge, so maybe that's what did it. Anyways, super cool book. And don't worry, we've got more Berserker to go. Let's do another one. Here is the Berserker black and white virgin sketch variant. I believe this is the 1 in 50. Got a 9.8 on that guy. Again, signed by Raphael Grandpa, who has the new Batman Gargoyles series coming out. Super cool video they did on in collaboration with DC. Super excited to see the Gargoyles come to the good old paper. It is not out yet while I shoot this video. It is on pre-order, though. The next one is Berserker number 1 Virgin color. Another same cover with a little color. My man Raphael Grandpa did an incredible job on this and several other pieces, but this we got a 9.8 on as well. Had to restock some of the Berserker. In fact, I've got to send more Berserker over to CGC. Next guy on the list, another Clayton Crane. This is the minimal trade dress Batman 134. Freaking sick ass Clayton Crane Batman cover. This is an exclusive as well. And we had him sign it right there. And yes, we got a 9.8 on this beautiful Batman book. Brought to us by, again, Clayton Crane. Super stoked for that. We're going to end with 2 incredible books, but also kind of a controversial thing with these 2 books as well. You guys are going to want to stay tuned for that. We're almost done as well. Another Clayton Crane. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Brought to us by KRS. This is the Harley Quinn 31 non-foil. In fact, I like this better than the non-foil. You can see the colors pop. It just looks so much better. Again, signed by Clayton Crane down on the bottom with yellow. And bam, a 9.8 on that one as well. A gorgeous Clayton Crane example. And a fantastic cover. Very well executed. All right. Grab that guy. And all of these will be rebagged and boarded, guys. If you're interested, I'll find a link and put it down below. I take these will actually come out of these bags after we're done shooting this video and go into the BCW resealables. I don't like these bags. They get floppy, they get torn up, they can scuff the thing. And yeah, you already saw the grade on this one. Carnage, number 1, Clayton Crane cover. I was going to have Zeb Wells sign this in another book. Did not catch Zeb. Unfortunately, we got a 9.4 on this. Still a gorgeous book. Signed by Clayton Crane right above. Love the cover on this book. Classic Spider-Man, Iron Man cover. Fortunately, a 9.4 on that book. Another Addy Granoff, X-Men Gold 30. This is The Wedding of Gambit, Remy LeBeau, and Rogue, Anna Marie. Virgin cover, absolute gorgeous work. Again, done by Addy Granoff. Fortunately, we got a 9.4 on that guy, but what a gorgeous book. And a cool little minor key out of the X-Men Gold series. Let's see, what are we down to? We got 4 books to go, guys. I'm going through this fairly quick. Let's do this guy. My last Mark Brooks signed Star Wars Kanan the Last Padawan. Signed by Mark Brooks. You guys know the cover. You guys know the book. Unfortunately, we got a 9.6. Still an awesome book. Super cool, modern Star Wars key. 3 more to go. The last 2, again, a little bit controversial. I didn't know about this. We'll take a dive into that in a moment. The last book before we get to those 2 is this guy, Carnage USA, number 1. One of my favorite Clayton Crane covers. Right there. You got to know and love this book back from 2012. Bam, we got a 9.6. My man signed it in blue down on the bottom. I wanted blue on this one just because you got a lot of the red and white. Had to add some blue. A beautiful cover done again by Clayton Crane. Last 2 on the list. Now, these 2 are a little controversial, and I'll say this because of the recent kind of double use covered. Now, I didn't realize this until after my CGC submission. For whatever reason, I just thought it was the same exact cover, like an idiot, and it's not. These two books are different. I'm going to show you both of them. We'll do a little B-roll action with it as well. But we have one of my favorite Venom covers of all time. We have Amazing Spider-Man 569. This is, of course, a key. Eddie Brock becomes Anti-Venom, Thunderbolts, Norman Osborn, Radioactive Man, Songbird, Bullseye, and Venom appearance as well. The cool thing with this was, again, Eddie Granoff cover. We had Eddie Granoff do a Anti-Venom, Agent Anti-Venom down below. And, of course, John Romita Jr. did a beautiful remark above because he did the interiors on this book. So, as you can see, beautiful book. We got a 9.6 on this guy, unfortunately, but this is a personal book. Absolutely love this book. 9.6 I am fine with as much stuff that was drawn on it. This was not, none of these books, I forgot to mention, were clean and pressed by CGC. Probably could have got some bumps on these had I done that, but I did not. At some point, maybe I'll send them back to get clean and pressed. But as you guys can see, absolute gorgeous book. Now, I bought another book. This is a comp copy from Eddie Granoff. When I got the book, I was like, oh, it's got to be the same book. And here's why. It is literally the same art from this book to this book. One has a background, one doesn't. This is from 2008, ASM 569. 10 years later, we have Venom #1. I did not know this. I thought this was a different copy. This was a comp copy from Eddie Granoff. I thought it was another 569, just a variant I'd never seen. It is not. It is a Venom #1. Exact same cover. So I got kind of duped on that. I'm fine with it, but I thought that was an interesting thing that they did reuse the cover art. They took out the background on it, which was kind of weird. And yeah, and it's supposed to be a Eddie Granoff exclusive, which it says right on the back, but it is reusing the art from 569 10 years prior. In addition to that, though, it is a 9.8, which is absolutely amazing. We also had John Romita, because I thought it was a 569, do his Spider-Man, which is still cool. I don't care. And then, of course, we have Anti-Venom down on the bottom as well. So when you look at the set on my wall, it'll look like this. Anyways, I thought that was very interesting, guys. The turnaround time on this went fairly quick. Again, I have several other orders floating around CGC right now over from San Diego Comic-Con. Guys, we have a ton of really cool stuff planned to include more unboxings. I've got another unboxing coming back, I believe, tomorrow. We'll do a video on that as well. The larger unboxings I'll do, the 2 to 3 comics, unless it's something crazy. I'm probably not going to do videos on those. However, I do have a lot of other cool content we're going to be touching on here at the Breakout Daily. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button down below. We're going to try to get this thing going again, starting off by 1 video a week. And then we'll see where we can take this into the fall of 2023 here. We have a lot of other cool stuff we're going to be talking about, from exclusives to our experiences with the San Diego Comic-Con, Emerald City Comic-Con, Amazing Con, and other cons that we've been to this year. A lot of other fun and cool, exciting comic book stuff coming to you here at the Breakout Daily. So hit subscribe here. Check us out over at Instagram at break.daily and over on the Whatnot app at Breakout Daily. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch up with you in the next video.